Alright, we talked about the goats, now we talk about the chumps. And we are gonna jump straight into this. And apologies for the long wait. Very definition of petty, Gizel was a member of the Seven Shards, Empyrean's top science and technology group. But that all changed when Melvin Richter came into the picture and took his seat. With his reputation dented, Gizel became envious of the young scientist and joined forces with the cartels, which kicked off a full-blown invasion. While on the cartel side, Gizel began to conduct unethical experiments to prove that he was superior than Melvin and nothing else mattered. From here, he got his butt whooped, climbed the Castle of the Dead, likely due to Hilder's 40 chess game, made his way over to Pandemonium, briefly assisted the Koshbas now having the knowledge of the Abyss. He then causes a ruckus back in the Castle of the Dead and forcibly modified many of Luke's creation and his kids. Then he travels back to Empyrean 500 years in the past with the help of Hilder to assist the Seven Meisters, but we helped him see through the old man's BS, and finally gets his comeuppance with Becky dealing the finishing blow. And as an ultimate form of karma, his now mangled corpse is being used by Madrike for her twist experiments. To which I say, so long Gizel, you cockroach. The first warlock, cruel and all-powerful, and an ultimate definition of a sucker. When Sarpoza was no more than a lowly outlaw leading his merry band of thugs to Brooklyn, cause remember, Pandemonium is a fragment of now destroyed Earth, aka Terra, where he wanted to fight Cain to prove that he was best, but was met with undeniable fear. And ultimately, his companions were turned into chunky tomato paste, Sarpoza had his eyes ripped out, all of his bones crushed, and his innards was left dangling from his open gut. And I don't know why I find this portion of the script funny when I wrote this. Maybe I'm just sadistic. As he lay bleeding to death, he saw something. This of course being Hilder in disguise, and told him that a prophecy will come to him, and recovered his mangled body and implanted the abyss in his eyes. Now Hilder told Sarpoza that he was Cain himself, and that he could effortlessly fight the apostles and win. And that stroked his ego, thus beginning his reign of terror by brutally crushing the weak, taking the title of head Koshba gang by force, turning the former head into an ugly hag, and prep for his ascension. Did you know that he has a song made about him in lore, and this song adds another verse whenever he accomplishes something maniacal and cruel, further fueling his big ass ego. Sarpoza is a chump. He is completely unaware of the fact that he's being played by forces much bigger than himself, that being Hilder. And to no one's surprise, he literally gets thrown away to who knows where. Give it up for our chosen one, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is just disappointing rather than laughable. Way back in Female Priest's release, we were introduced to her subclass cinematics. And in the Mistress cinematic, we were introduced to Lucille Redmayne, rumored as the most cold-blooded, unforgiving, and the most fanatical among the Lemedia Capella Inquisitors. She will not even hesitate to deliver swift merciless justice to her fellow sisters if they showed slightest signs of heresy. And during the Ozma Raid story quest, we finally meet her in person, and she is every bit as ruthless and even more cold-blooded, till she gets her ass handed to her by Avalanche Ravina. You have all that build-up, all that strong impression, and you lose to an early jobber in the story quests. Now Ravina is no slouch either, as he's one of the Bantu tribe's strongest warriors. But again, you have all that build-up, all that hype, just to brutally knock her down. And yes, one may make the joke that she's an Inquisitor, and yes, they are underwhelming as a DPS. But still, yikes. Ay, where to begin with this one? Hailed as the heroes who brought down Apostle Sirocco, the Four Blademasters are one of many famous figures in Arad, but in reality, they're nothing but posers. Old and new players know that it was Roxy, the elven swordswoman, and the lover of Algonzo that slew the Apostle, and the four just piggybacked off for success. Again, Roxy hyper-carried her boyfriend and his 3 friends in their Sirocco raid at the cost of her life and now memories. Or how about the time the 3, Sauron was busy doing Back to the Future stuff with Iris, faced against Soldros and was immediately wiped out. Hell, Soldros didn't do anything in that fight. It was Claris. Now, I know, to go against the beasts like Soldros is like killing a bug with a flamethrower, but still, they are supposed to be Arad's strongest fighters. So far, they have yet to impress many players or myself to prove that they're the strongest Blademasters to ever live. Hell, even Mail Slayer's Blademaster surpassed them with our Neo Awakening and is staying humble throughout. So why are they here exactly? What purpose do they serve in the story? Doormats? Hartz Von Krueger, the Vice Captain of the Iron Wolves. Oh boy. I wanted to take a piece of this guy for many years, and today is that day. During the Grand Metastasis update, we were introduced to this guy, Hartz. He acted as some sort of a teaser to the Demonic Lancer, but people had major issue with his character and personality. Many old players know what I'm talking about, but to the new players, let me explain. When he was first introduced, he was the most insufferable character ever written in DFO. He came out of nowhere and basically told us, the player, haha, y'all too weak to fight me, I am best. And this would continue throughout the Grand Metastasis story arc, where we, the adventurers who have defeated many apostles and stopped the cartels from taking over Empyrean and is dubbed the hero of Arad and reaching our second awakening, were ridden like complete wussies whenever we meet the... God, I'm so angry I can't speak. Our characters, our avatars, were ridden like complete wussies whenever we meet this guy. And Hartz's character is one of many negatives of DFO's story. If Cyrus took his place and gave us crap, then it would make sense, because we know who Cyrus the Bloodhound is and what she's capable of. But Hartz? Get the fuck out of here. He's a base demonic lancer giving us shit, stroking his big long lance on how powerful he is without ever showing us. All bark, no bite. And again, we were ridden as if we couldn't do anything against this Okay, I'm calm. I have calmed down now. Let's continue. Eventually, the devs took notice, and on July 25th, 2015, his character, dialogue, and his involvement in the story quest was greatly nerfed. And in the current Origin update, he has nothing but air, making him into a nobody. But I still have my scars. Please tell me we get to term a new one when the inevitable Empire Legion raid happens. Let me personally rip his